Okay, so I've got my second video for the set 4 of DivineZ updates ready to go. This time we're going to focus on Fated 1 of 0 Blagdimire. Now, Blagdimire came out back in set 2, and he was my final video for set 2 as he was the featured deck for that set. Blagdimire got one very good new card in this set. I'm just going to come out right and say this. This is not the optimal build for Blagdimire right now, as Blagdimire uses the set order from Festival Collection 2024 now, along with its searcher, but I don't have that, unfortunately. I kind of missed on picking that up. So in the future, I will pick that up, and I will point out what I'd probably replace for them. So yeah. But this is what I have for Blagdimire right now, and I'd say this is still very good because Blagdimire is still top tier no matter what you do with it. So, let's just get into this. Of course, we've got Blagdimire's starter, Cavity Maligna. It's the basic starter for Overdress / DivineZ. Nothing really special to go over there. His grade 1, which is Hollow Raptor. When this unit is rode upon by Vacant Fang, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Choose all grade 1 or greater card. Put all grade 1 or greater cards into Soul from among them, and put the rest on the bottom in any order. And then if you put 2 more cards into the Soul, you draw a card. Very nice. Vacant Fang is pretty much the same as Hollow Raptor. However, instead of putting them on the bottom, you shuffle the deck instead and then draw a card. Very simple ride line, and is probably a very good ride line at that. So, of course, we've now got Blagdimire himself, the Fated 1 of 0. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you can bind 2 or more up to 4 cards from your Soul face down, and then you may draw a card. That is optional. You don't have to if you don't want to. If you bound 4 or more cards, your opponent chooses 2 of their rear guards and binds them face down, and then this unit gets 5,000 power until the end of that battle for every 2 of your face down cards. So that's your cards only, does not count your opponents, just remember that. And then of course, Blagdimire's Divine skill. At the beginning of the guard step of the battle of this unit attacked, if your bind zone has 8 or more face down cards, so that means this is a turn 4 skill or higher, you may have this unit gain a critical until the end of that turn, and if you do, your opponent cannot call or play Sentinels from hand until the end of turn. So that means also no Elementaria shenanigans, because you can't call or play them. Because playing a Blitz Order is still playing a Sentinel technically, so no Elementaria for you either. Can't call or play Sentinel. Choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, and until the end of your opponent's next turn, all of your opponent's and that unit's abilities are nullified. That means no Twin Drive, no Persona Icon. However, you can still Persona Ride to get rid of this effect. However, you do not get the Persona Ride bonus, as your Vanguard lost the ability. And it also gets rid of any abilities you as the player gained until the end of your next turn. So yeah, that is why Blagdimire is so deadly. Of course, 3 more copies of Blagdimire in the main deck. We're no longer playing the Grail, as, well, Blagdimire's kind of gotten, again, doesn't really have the space for the Grail anymore, as we're playing a bit more cards. The Grail is just kind of there to fill an empty space, in all honesty, and to add more Persona Ride. But Blagdimire is a pretty consistent deck, so you don't have to worry about getting other copies of him, unless you soul charge them, which is entirely possible. But again, you gain so much power with your bind zone, it almost doesn't matter half the time. So yeah, just 3 more copies of Blagdimire in the main, because that's all we can run. Single Strike Shatter Colossus. This is, of course, the Grade 3 rearguard for Blagdimire. I'd probably take out this guy for the Order or the Order Searcher. So yeah, we'll just mention that. This is, again, Single Strike Colossus's effects are: when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if your bind zone has 4 or more face-down cards, you may have this unit get an extra 10,000 power until the end of that battle. And if you do, at the end of that battle, you can put this unit into your soul. And then its other effect is when this card is put into soul by your card's ability, aka even its own. If you have a Grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Blagdimire in its card name, you bind this card face down and draw a card. Very simple and very strong. Of course, Blagdimire's main rear guard. This is Steam Raider Zamoog. When this unit is placed on a rearguard circle, if you have a Grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Blagdimire in its card name, you can counterblast 1. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Put any number of cards into soul from among them and shuffle the deck. If you put 1 or more cards, you then draw a card. Very nice. And then its other effect is when this unit attacks, if you have a Grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Blagdimire in its card name, and this unit's critical is 1 or less, you can Energy Blast 3, and this unit gets an extra 5,000 power and a critical. So yeah, that's free critical pressure, which is very nice, especially on a Blagdimire Divine Skill turn. Now for the new card Blagdimire got, this is Veiled Rock Dragon. Yeah, Vaderrock Dragon, I think. When this unit is placed on a rearguard circle, other than during the battle phase, you can soul charge 1, counterblast 1, choose a Grade 2 or less card with a different card name from this unit in your soul, call it to a rearguard circle. If you have a Vanguard with Blagdimire as card name, or if you have a Vanguard without Blagdimire in its card name, at the end of that turn, you put that called card back into soul. So this can actually kind of work in Lukier and the coming Harry deck as well. Possibly as you take stuff out of your soul and then you put it back if you don't have Blagdimire. So yeah, it's kind of got some Pale Moon applications, which is interesting. Anyway, its other effect is during your turn, this unit gets an extra 10,000 power for every 4 face down cards in your bind zone. So on your Divine Skill turn, this is going to have an extra 20k power for free. And this is actually the card why we use the set order from Festival Collection 2024, which lets you boost with Grade 2s and 3s. So yeah, typically in that build, this is a booster. However, it can be an attacker as well. So yeah, a very versatile card for Blagdimire right here. We have this cycler. I don't have the gun cycler for Dark States. In fact, I don't really like that one. This one is perfectly fine as is, in my opinion. This is Black Sky Thunder Quaking Queen Lamina? Yeah, Lamina. When this card is discarded from hand during the ride phase, you can Soul Blast 1, put this card on the bottom of the deck, and then draw a card. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle from hand, if you Persona Road this turn, you can counterblast 1, choose a card from your hand, call it to a rearguard circle, and if you call the card, you may soul charge 1. Very simple cycler. We've got the special booster for Blagdimire here, Invoke Alchemist. So when boosting Blagdimire, this thing always boosts for 13k, and then its effect, or when this card boosts and you have Blagdimire as your Vanguard, it's always boosting for 13k. However, when it's personally boosting Blagdimire, it is 15k, and it also gets the effect of Counterblast 1, choose one of your front row rear guards and then stand it, and then if you have 8 or more face down cards in your bind zone, that unit you stood gets 15,000 power. So yeah, very strong, and this is, again, one of Blagdimire's best cards. Next up, we've got Mind Hacker. I'd probably replace this guy again with either the set order or the card that searches the set order. However, I don't know, maybe keeping him at 1 or 2 wouldn't be such a bad idea, as he is a 13k attacker booster and a 10k shield, which is pretty nice. So yeah, that guy. So again, going over what I just said, I'd probably replace Colossus and Mind Hacker with the order and its respective searcher. If you have those, that's what I'd do. We have Steam Artist Arwim as the final card you want to put on the board. This has the effect of when this unit is placed on rearguard circle, you can soul charge 1. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Blagdimire's card name, look at the top 2 cards of the deck instead of just soul charging 1. Choose up to 2 cards from among them, put them into your soul, and if you do not put 2 cards into the soul, you then shuffle the deck. And then back row rearguard circle. At the end of your turn, if the critical of your Vanguard with Blagdimire's card name was increased by the Divine Skill ability, retire this unit and draw a card. If your other unit with the same card name as this unit was not retired this turn, until the end of your opponent's next turn, your opponent gets the effect of, at the beginning of your ride phase, you choose a card from your hand, and you may discard it. If you do not discard a card, you cannot ride or stride until the end of turn. Very nice, as it limits your opponent even more after your Divine Skill turn. Of course, 3 of the Dark State's perfect guards, and also Elementaria Sanctitude. Of course, that's pretty standard. 8 criticals, 4 being the non-effect, 4 being the effect. Again, standard Blagdimire stuff. For the heals, again, you kind of probably know my stance on the effect heals at this point. I don't like them. So just the standard heals. 3 of the effect fronts. You could probably pump this up to 4 if you wanted, getting rid of one of the criticals. But 3 is perfectly fine, in my opinion, as well. 3 or 4. And of course, the Dark States over trigger. And that is it for Blagdimire. I hope you enjoyed this video. And next up should be... yeah, next up should be Vargo, which is going to be fun, as he got a very good card in this set. So yeah, and well, he's getting another very good card next set. In fact, he might have got the best card in each set back to back. But anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed Blagdimire.